Allow yourself to be noiseless amidst the noise. Gently bring the palms of your hands together at chest level and rub them gently against each other. Place the palms over your closed eyes. Open your eyes. And let go of your hands, drop the hands. Welcome to Satsang. We'll start with a question or two that has come in advance, and then we'll open it up to any questions that anyone here may have. Are the teachers or are the people we meet in life predetermined, such as teachers, guru, my wife, etc.? When we talk about predetermination, when we talk about destiny, we have to realize that pre does not necessarily mean 10 lifetimes ago. Usually when we talk about predestination, we think as though somehow it were only many lifetimes ago, or that there was some plan that was written at a time prehistorically that determines where I'm going to be today. But pre is really any moment prior to this one. And so yeah, they are predetermined. And what predetermines them is our karmic path. So for example, when we are walking a spiritual path, when we've made a decision in our minds, in our lives, that instead of being focused on only what I'm going to achieve in my job, or focused only on how much money I'm going to make, or focused only on my makeup and my jewelry, or focused on my looks, or focused on my social status, that instead of that, I want spiritual connection. Instead of that, I want to know who I am. Instead of that, I want to experience the light that is enlightenment. When we've made that decision, and then when we actually abide by it, because it's one thing to say it. It's another thing to actually live it. Actually, when we are in the midst of the temptations, actually in the midst of what's called Maya, the illusion, to actually continue. In meditation, when we meditate, and we've been doing shorter meditations here than we usually do in Rishikesh, but when we meditate, you'll notice that regardless of what form of meditation we go into, there's an instruction that's always the same, which is keep bringing the mind back. Yes, there will be noise. Here, there's a lot of it. Yes, there will be distractions. Here, there's a lot of it. But keep bringing it back. Bring it back to the breath. And that's not just about meditation. It's not just about your breath. It's actually laying what we call a sanskara, a pattern, a habit in our minds that enables us to keep divine connection. I want light. And we're on that path until and unless a distraction comes. In the same way that we're meditating until there's a noise, or until I have an itch, or until a fly lands on my nose, or until I have a thought. And then suddenly my meditation is over. The same thing happens in life. We say, oh, this is what I want. But then we get very easily distracted by the world. And so the ability that we develop in meditation, regardless of the distractions, regardless of the noise, regardless of the thoughts, to keep bringing every time something comes up in life, I'm gonna lose myself. And so if I've made that commitment that I want spiritual connection, and not just that I want it after everything else, it's not the cherry on top of your ice cream sundae, but actually that I want it more than everything else. When I've made that decision, the universe then starts to give me what I need for that. That's the fruit of the karma. You know, the word karma is translated as action. But it's not just an action as in I pick up my hand and I slap someone. The fruit of that becomes they slap me. Or I feel very badly, or I wind up in jail, or whatever it may be. But a commitment I make, a decision I make, that is also a karma. And that's also going to give me fruit. So if I make a commitment, I want to live a spiritual life. I've earned enough, I've shopped enough, I've accessorized myself enough. I want something deeper. I want to find that light. I want to live in that light. I want to live as that light. And I really walk that path, even in the midst of distractions and obstacles and temptations and so much. The universe will give me what I need. And that's where the gurus come, where the teachers come, where the people come in my life to support that path. So it's not that it was predetermined as in 10,000 years ago, God decided you are going to get this. It's determined based on what I do and how I live. Not exclusively this life, of course. We believe in past lives. We believe in reincarnation. But everything I do, every action I perform, every word I speak, every commitment I make, those are seeds that are going to grow into the tree that is in my front yard, that is my front yard, that is my house, and the fruit of which I get for my life. So if I've decided a path of spirituality, I'm going to get people who will support that. But here's what's important. That doesn't mean it's going to be easy. It's not that God says, oh, great, you've decided you want a spiritual life. Okay, I'm going to make everything really easy for you. I'm going to send you a guru who's going to be really, really, really nice to you all the time and, you know, pat you on the top of the head. And I'm going to send you teachers who will really lovingly and gently and with a lot of praise for how you're doing along the way. I'm going to send you those. It's not that. Many times the teachers that come in our life, sometimes as people, sometimes as situations, because situations are also teachers. And a lot of times what we get is that which we need to clear away the mess, to really clear that away. It's like, let's say, God forbid, you have a tumor. And the doctor says to you, you are going to die. This cancer is going to kill you. Now you have a choice. Either you live with it, as long as is written that you're going to live with this tumor, or you let me give you an operation in which I'm going to remove, feel good. You don't lie in a hospital bed and say, oh, wow, thank God that, you sent me this operation. Maybe a year later you do when you're healthy and strong. But in those moments of pain, it comes to mind sometimes, what did I do to deserve this? This isn't what I wanted. I asked for health and God gave me an operation. I asked for health and God gave me pain. Well, that operation and that pain is actually exactly what was required so that you could be healthy. And in the same way on a spiritual path, when we really commit and say, what I want is spiritual light, we're going to get people, situations that are going to come in our lives to burn away that which is blocking the light from us. And when it's something, when you make a commitment to live a spiritual path, yeah, God is going to send you the teachers you need. But they may be situations that burn, situations that sting, people that you think, why did God ego? So yes, the universe absolutely determined. Well, sure, everything, whether it's parents, whether it's siblings, whether it's situations, they're all what we get as the fruit of what we do. But here's the last important part of this. It's not a system of rewards and punishments. So should you have a wonderful, fantastic wife, or one who you deem wonderful and fantastic, because of course these things are subjective, it's not about you've been rewarded, and it's also not vice versa. If you find